Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Baseball coming up on this Memorial Day. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Texas Rangers. We get a chance to watch one of the hottest bats in the game. He's been huge for his team, Singy.
Yeah, just impressive contact and seems to find every gap available, Boog. I can't wait to see him in action.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to go. Getting the nod on the mound, Kumar Rocker. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. This is a ball club that can really slug. Lots of homers, lots of extra base hits. And, Chris, that, of course, a huge part of success in the standings for this group.
Well, if you're going to be successful in today's game, you've got to be able to hit the ball over the fence. Just defensively, very hard to find the holes. And when you're talking about guys, coming out of the bullpen, throwing 95 and above, very difficult. It's hard to string together 2, 3, 4 hits to score those runs. So definitely critical to hit those homers, get the extra base knocks, and that's exactly what they've been doing.
Power is such a big part of the success that we see with the good teams in the league right now and even in the postseason. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That's hard hit on the line. Langford brings it in with a nice running grab.
That was just a great jump and route to the ball. Well, it had to be. If he was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinking liner, that's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
2 outs. Up the middle, Simeon. Slings to first, and that is that. Back in Arlington, today's starting pitcher, Max Scherzer. And as usual with him, Singy, I think we can expect plenty of strikeouts.
Yeah, Boogie's racked up over 3,000 strikeouts in his career, so expect to see more of the same in this one. That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Barker makes the grab, 1 down. And now we take a look at the Rangers lineup. One guy swinging a hot bat recently, Wyatt Langford.
Big time speed here, Boog. A guy with just terrific wheels and an absolute nightmare for opposing pitchers when he's on base. I mean, players like this who have elite speed, it's like disruptive technology on the base paths. Man, can't wait to watch him run.
And a swing and a miss. 2 away now.
Man, that slider bearing in on your hands like that, it's just so tough to fight off. It's kind of like a cutter and just can eat you up, saw you off. I'll tell you what, hitters have nightmares about that pitch. Perfectly executed out there on the mound.
Two down, nobody on. Scherzer gets the punch out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning. Now the left fielder, Davis Schneider. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
I mean, there aren't many curveballs in the sport today that break like that thing does. Huge movement. It's so difficult to get on the same plane and even think about squaring it up, let alone get a piece and hope he throws something else to keep the at-bat alive.
Next to hit, Addison Barger. Runner on the go. Throw, safe. Off the outside edge, and now the count is 2-2. Carl Dixon working the plate in this one.
You know, we often hear and talk about umpires being a pitcher's umpire, but Boog Dixon maybe a little bit more hitter-friendly than most. He's kind of tight on the corners, so we'll see if that comes into play at all in this one. That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The throw in, and he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. And we're back. And now it's Jake Berger to hit. Way out front for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Second inning here, no score. Making 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along. Here's Josh Young. Swings through that one for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
High in the air, out to right. Barger on his way over. Drops into the glove. And that ends the inning. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Down the line, it's a base hit. So now back to the top of the order. Back to the top of the lineup. Here's Andres Jimenez.
Runner, yes,
Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Trying to move him over here. Simeon gets it to first, and that's an out on the sacrifice.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. The job was to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score the go-ahead run. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at-bat.
That one is absolutely belted. This one could be trouble. And the Jays score first. It's 1-0.
Well, that was a great job of letting that runner steal second base, get into scoring position, come through with the base knock. You add a run.
1 out, runner at second. And next for Toronto, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Bichette, the runner at second with 1 away. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. And this one looks like trouble. The run comes in from second, and they lead by 2.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and lifted into the outfield, that's...
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. And it's gone. He'll circle the bases. His 19th home run of the year, and they add a couple more. It's 4-0.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. Well, he almost robbed the home run right there, and I tell you what, he'd love another crack at it. During batting practice, you always like to work on that, and so close, but that one was just out of his reach.
Late on that fastball.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
4 runs already in the frame here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Swings through it for the K. Couldn't catch up to the heater. And now for the Jays, Davis Schneider. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Into center and a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Wow. So important to get into the fielding position after you deliver that baseball. That is a scary one. Watch your lips.
So digging in, Addison Barger. 2 outs. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Alejandro Kirk will hit next. Into center. Makes a nice running catch. And welcome back. And coming off a series where the pitching was outstanding, we take a look at those numbers. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 1 down. And now it's going to be Evan Carter. Ripped on a line. Drops for a hit. He couldn't run it down. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ballgame.
In for a strike. Full count now.
3-2.
And a swing and a line drive at a right field. Barger makes the grab. 2 down. So the Rangers batting order turns over. So next to hit for Texas, Wyatt. Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. Leaping, and he makes the grab. New inning getting started. Now the third baseman, Ernie Clement. On the ground, right side. Simeon, toss over to first. 1 up, 1 down. Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Jacob Webb preparing to come on if needed. Armstrong also getting ready. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Bo Bichette up to the dish. Now he breaks his bat. Seager whips it to first on the run. He beats it out, and the tapper turns into an infield single. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now.
Did a nice job getting there. Good throw, but very difficult to get anybody on that one as far as you had to go and throw.
1 ball,
you know?
2 strikes.
Yeah, no question. The pitch. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. 1 left for Toronto. They lead 4-0. Back in Arlington, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the DH, Josh Smith. Line drive. Gets down, base hit. And a good start to the inning. Here's Siegs to the plate now. That misses, and that's ball 3.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
First and second, no outs. Oh, now this one gets away at the plate. So on the wild pitch, 2 guys advance. Smith at third. Seager at second with nobody out. And that'll load the bases. Next up for Texas, Kyle Higashioka.
That could
out towards right center field. And makes the grab. Runners tagging from second and third. He'll score the sac fly. It's 4-1.
Well, he's always capable of losing one over the fence. He might have just missed it right there, but a good job to drive in that run from third.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. And that one is lifted in the air. Barger squeezes it. Runner tags from third. Puts the tag on him, and it's a double play. That ends the inning. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the fifth. Sean Armstrong.
And he's had a tough go of it against left-handed batters this year. They've been hitting him hard, so we'll see how he does here.
Just missed.
Well, these Blue Jays putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in, so I'd say mission accomplished.
Swings and misses. Couldn't catch up to the heater. And now it's Dalton Varsho. Now that's smacked to right center. Lays out and makes the play.
You love to see when a guy's hungry to make a play. Right there, an excellent diving catch. You could absolutely tell he was all in tracking that ball down.
Late on that fastball.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
That one 95 to finish him off. 1-2. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. And now the center fielder, Evan Carter. Swing and a miss as he was late.
1 ball.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Here's Leody Taveras. Outside, and that is ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are...
That's strike 3 and the 3rd out. So we take a break. No runs, no hits, no errors. And welcome back to the ballpark. Start of the 6th, John Shambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Addison Barger. Swings through that one for strike 2.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. 1 up, 1 down. Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
1 ball.
1 out, base is empty. Swings and misses, struck him out. So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. His splits between April and May there. 2 down, nobody on. Lined, and that's a base hit. So the lineup flips over. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Andres Jimenez. Throw over to first, and he's out, and they got him. That ends the inning. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Easton Lucas.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fastball is outside.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk. Here comes Corey Seager.
Now these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. 1 down. So up next, Jake Berger. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. Save. Smith, the runner at second with one away. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Man at second. Headed down the line. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball.
Hitter's got some good opposite field.
On a line, base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with one out.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out.
That's a base hit as a run scores.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
First and second, one out. Josh Young digs in now. 2 on, 1 out. Smoked into left field, base hit. Berger headed for the plate. 1 runs in. Higashioka rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score and they tie it. Save! And the go-ahead runs at third.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Now it's Marcus Semien. His home and away splits there. Ground ball right side. Fires over to first. Now 2 away as they get a run across.
Showing us right there why he's considered one of the best middle infielders in the sport. That's always a tough play.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Easton Lucas won't go any further, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher now for the Jays, Tommy Nance. Hasn't pitched in the last 3 days. Outside corner, there's a strike. Nance sets, fires. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. That's to third. Clement. On to first.
Out.
Inning over, although plenty of damage done. So they move out in front after a 4-run outburst. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Bobby Milner.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 away. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. I mean, you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Bullpen action for the Rangers. Robert Garcia, the lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Webb, the right-hander, loosening up as well.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves, knowing that they can miss the bat.
Carter makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Eric Swanson. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. Late with the swing there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now a fly ball to right center. Varsho sizing this one up. Corrals it. And there's 1 away. Wyatt Langford stepping in for the Rangers. And a slider in there for a strike. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And now 2 gone. 2 outs. Base is empty. Next is the designated hitter, Josh Smith. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
This one looks like trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. The throw in safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Ripped that one down the line and kept it fair. And even when you hit it that far out front, you still have to keep your hands tight to your body so you don't hook around that baseball and put it in foul territory.
Jimenez throw to first. And Seager is set down. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Robert Garcia.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
The 1-1. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. No throw, and they catch a break as they get a base runner at first. Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Over to Seager. Over to first, safe.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
Now at the plate, Davis Schneider.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
And a swing and a miss. That's the second out.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Booth, get back on track. His team needs him.
Garcia checks over to first, and he's back.
Right now, they're looking for something hit hard into the gaps, give them an opportunity with 2 outs to score that run from first.
Got him. Out number 3. So they can't do it. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Angel Bastardo. On for his 20th appearance of the year. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. It falls in, and that's a knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance, and weight transfer. And he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
That's towards center. And there's one down. Here's the third baseman, Josh Young. Swing and a ball popped up. Bichette sizes this one up. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away. Here's Marcus Semien. 2 outs. And that's a base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out. And now the center fielder, Evan Carter.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
1 strike.
That one not close. 3 balls and a strike. And they're all loaded up.
Oh, this is their chance to break it open. If they don't end up winning this ball game, they're going to look back at this.
Base hit. 1 run is in. Ball comes in. Runner stops at third. Bases still loaded with 2 out. Wyatt Langford stepping in for the Rangers. That one fouled off. 2-2. Line drive, base hit. 1 run is in. Here's the throw to the plate. It's offline. The run comes in, and they lead by 4. First and second, 2 outs. Josh Smith. Here comes the skipper. Chad Green ready to go. He's been so good against lefties. That one finds the zone, and it's 1-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors, but 2. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. In the air, out towards left center. Seager makes the catch, and there's one down. He's 2 outs away. Now the third baseman, Ernie Clement. One down, base is empty. Strike 2. Some activity in the bullpen for Texas. Luke Jackson getting ready to go. Webb warming up as well. Swing and a ball popped in the air. He's got it, and there's 2 away. So it's their last chance in the this one. So they're making a move for a bat off the bench. Bowden Francis trying to get something going for him with 2 away. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So he gets on base and keeps it going. Bo Bichette gets it. Chance to hit. Looks like we've got a substitution at first. Coming in as the pinch runner, Nathan Lucas. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Garcia is just 1 strike away. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
The ball for his first career save deserves to be on display at his house. I mean, it's kind of like when a restaurant frames its first dollar bill somewhere on a wall. You just can't forget your first save.
And our final here today. Well, Singy, today we get to see one of the game's best power hitters. He's tied for the league lead in home runs.
Yeah, he's not just hitting dingers. He's crushing them, Boob. No paint scrapers for him. His bat has been a huge boost to this lineup.
It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Texas Rangers. All right. just about set to go. And starting in this one, Jacob deGrom. Chris, he is a fun one to watch do his thing out there.
Well, he comes in carrying a career ERA under 3. He's been fantastic ever since he broke into the big leagues. Can't wait to watch him pitch today.
Simeon, toss over to first. And an easy out to start the game. And that is cut on and missed. And the count 1-2. 1 out, bases empty. That one misses. And it's 2-2. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Went back to the slider, and it was a good idea.
No need to deviate from the slider right there. The hitter just not making the adjustment. He came at him with the breaking ball, pitch after pitch in that at bat, and evidently there was no answer for it.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and he can't come up with it. Still manages a throw, and the Blue Jays go down 1-2. Back here with my pal Singy. And towing the slab, Chris Bassett.
Been a very solid pitcher throughout his career. ERA around 3.5. What I like is he competes, he stays in the game, and he gives his team an opportunity to win.
And that one lifted in the air, center field, Varsho. And he makes the catch. Then there's one down. Here is Marcus Simeon. One down, base is empty. And a swing and a miss there.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 down. Here's Corey Seager. And there's a foul ball. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Tosses to first. Out. That is the inning. Back at Globe Life Field. Second inning set to go. Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Anthony Santander. Ripped on the ground to second. And a quick out. Number 1. Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. 1-1 now. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
So hard to touch. I mean, at the top of the zone, 99, 98, even 97. As pitchers do such a good.
Almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
No score here in the second. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. And a foul ball. Swing and a line drive ripped out into left center field. That'll touch down for a hit. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in, and it's a 1-out double for the first hit of the game.
But when you see that many pitches in an at bat, your chances of succeeding go up. And right there we see the result.
Davis Schneider next up for the Blue Jays.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
Out to short. Seager throws across the diamond, and 2 away now. And now for the Jays, Alejandro Kirk. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And that one hops the wall. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead.
Comes through with the RBI. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Out to short, Seager. They limit the damage here. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. It's now a 1-0 ball game. And we're back. And the batter now, Jake Berger. Fought off foul. And he deals. Fights it off. He'll see another. Gets a piece and stays alive. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Got him swinging.
That cutter right there had just enough movement on it to get the swing and miss. It wasn't a great location by any means. That's typically a spot that hitters can handle. So I'd say he fooled him with just enough of that late action.
And a ground ball to first, but that rolls foul.
He's dealing with a great two-strike hitter right here. The strikeout is not automatic.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Kyle Higashioka, the next to hit. Two out, space is empty. And he grounds one to the right side. Into the outfield, base hit. Here's Josh Young. Swings and misses. Now 1-2.
1 ball.
Tying run is at first here in the second game of the series. Varsho makes the grab, and that's the third out. Back in Arlington, here's George Springer. And a ball and 2 strikes. Springer swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Leadoff hitter gone to the third. Here's Andres Jimenez.
You always have to worry about the fastball when facing DeGrom, Boog. I mean, it's an electric pitch for him, and he's usually pumping it in at about 100 miles per hour, which makes him one of the hardest throwing pitchers in the league.
Cut on and miss, struck him out. That K is his 3rd of the game. Bo Bichette up to the dish. The shortstop takes a ball.
2-1.
The other way. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. Set for the bottom of the 3rd. And now the center fielder, Evan Carter. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Kirk makes the grab, and there's 2 away. Back to the top of the lineup, Josh Smith stepping in for the Rangers. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Rangers go down in order. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a base hit.
He was all over that one. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Guerrero around second, headed for third. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Hit hard on the ground to the right side, and foul ball. Guerrero on third, Santander at first with no outs. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Pitcher having a pretty tough time getting that swing and miss. Third foul ball in a row.
Stays alive. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Carter turns to the right on the move. Nabs it. Runner tagging from third. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across. It's 2-0.
Well, that's a quality at bat right there. You know the situation. You need something in the air and deep enough, and that's exactly what he did. Good pass to the baseball.
Davis Schneider next up for the Blue Jays. The 1-1 is fouled off.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
Out towards right center. That's well struck. And this one looks like trouble. Lead runner around second. Lead runner holds at third. So 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Man, that feels so good to shoot an absolute bolt the opposite way. Split the gap and know that you've got extra bases.
On the ground. Slinging it to first in time. Here's the third baseman, Ernie Clement.
Well, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
Swing and a miss, and that is that. 2 men left. Back at Globe Life Field, bottom of the fourth. Now the number 2 hitter, Marcus Semien. The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. And here's Corey Seager to hit. And that misses. And it's 2-1. Breaking ball misses down and away. The 3-2 is outside, and it's ball 4.
I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
1 gone, runner at first. Here's a big power threat. Jake Berger. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
2-2.
Seager at first, 1 gone. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Over to Bichette. Relay to Guerrero in time, inning-ending double play. Fly ball to right. That one gets down for a hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Really nice job, a 2-strike hit.
Jacob Webb will take over here.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
And now Andres Jimenez. And now the count 1-2 after the swing and a miss. Runner at first with no outs here. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup. So digging in, Bo Bichette. Springer on the run. Pitch in for a strike. And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
You know, nights like this when it seems harder to score, I like the call to put him in motion and try to steal the base. Ball's not carrying, no home runs so far, so trying to manufacture some offense like this may be the way to go.
Makes a nice grab and a full sprint. 2 away.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Swings and misses, went with the sweeper. Bullpen action for the Rangers. Sean Armstrong up and throwing. Jackson also throwing. Out to short. Seager fires over to first. They don't come much closer. And we're back. Here's the left fielder, Jock Peterson. And there's a fly ball deep right field. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Around first, heading for 2. And it's a leadoff double to start the bottom of the 5th.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Peterson at second with nobody out. And down on strikes. Picks up strikeout number 7. Up next for the Rangers, Josh Young. On the ground, right side. And he handles it himself for the out.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Ouch, that one drilled him. Gets it there in time, though. And a tough play. Top 6. And now the DH, Anthony Santander. Hit in the air, center field. Carter going back on this one. Puts it away for the out. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. 3-2. The pitch is outside and ball 4.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Now the left fielder, Davis Schneider. Swing and a miss. Well done behind the dish. Varsho off of first with 2 away. Check on the runner, and he dives back in safely. Popped up. Simeon snags it on the run, so it's no run. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. And that's in for a strike. And a count 1-2. Got him. Strikeout number 8. Went right after him with that 2-strike pitch as he continues to roll on the mound.
Yeah, he's not out there trying to nibble at all. He is attacking the strike zone, and I think when your confidence builds as the start goes on, still putting up all zeros on the scoreboard gives you.
Ouch, that one got him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him.
Well, it definitely didn't come out of his hand the way that.
Lays out. Oh, it's off his glove. Safe at first as they can't make the play. Now it's Corey Seager. On the ground, 2 ball. Clement tossed to second. Relay to Guerrero in time, inning ending. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Luke Jackson.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. Simeon toss over to first, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th. And the batter is George Springer. Missed inside with the curve. And a foul ball. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it, and there's 2 down.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Here's the second baseman, Andres Jimenez. And that one ripped to left. Reaching, try, but can't bring it in. Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. Struck him out looking. Blue Jays. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. Bassett winds and deals. There's a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today. And the batter now, Jock Peterson. Base is empty, 1 away. Here, the bottom of the 7th. And a swing and a miss. So he cracks double digits with his 10th strikeout. Now the catcher for the Rangers, Kyle Higashioka. This one chopped up the middle. To first, 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Still in total command on the mound with 7 shutout innings. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Sean Armstrong.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
And here's the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time.
Well, just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Carter makes the play, and there's 1 away. Anthony Santander at the plate. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Breaks his bat and pops it up. And there are 2 outs. 2 down, base is empty. Dalton Varsho now at the plate. And that one fouled off.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
That one a little bit high, and that's ball 2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one missed. Three-two now. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Nothing. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Nick Sandlin. He last pitched 2 days ago. Up the middle, into the outfield, base hit. Evan Carter will hit next. Swing and a miss, struck him out in a heater.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a 2-strike situation. It's
back foot slider struck him out.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. 1 hit. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Cole Winn.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
Going to count 1 and 2.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
The 1-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. And a 1-2 again. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Higashioka up with it to first, and he'll be safe at first. Man at first, nobody out. So up next for Toronto, Alejandro Kirk. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Everything came together for him. There was nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped. Caught out in front and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
Now here is Ernie Clement. Schneider, the lead runner at second. Kirk on at first with nobody out. Over to Seager. How about that double play?
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Berger on his way over. He makes the grab, and that is welcome back, and here comes the closer, Jeff Hoffman.
He's throwing the ball very well overall this season. He's been really tough to get to. You see that ERA, and that's where you love to be.
Over to first, and they get the leadoff man in the ninth. He's 2 outs away. Corey Seager digs in now. That one fouled off. Struck him out swinging. And now 1 out remaining for Texas. So here's the cleanup hitter, Jake Berger. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. The Rangers down to their final strike, and that's down and away.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Outside, and that is ball 4. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Here is Jock Peterson.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, we saw a lot of good pitching and defense in this ball game, and when you have a low-scoring game,
Baseball from the Lone Star State. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Texas Rangers. Today, all eyes are on the mound as we've got a pitcher who's been absolutely on fire lately. In fact, in his recent outings, he's been nearly untouchable, Singy.
Oh, you're not kidding, Boog. Opponents have looked lost against.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. About to get started here. Our starter in this one, Nathan Eovaldi. And Chris, he's a guy that gets better when things get tough.
Yeah, his batting average against is actually better when he's in a jam. So we'll see if he continues to dance his way out of danger.
Peterson makes the grab. One down. Bo Bichette up to the dish.
Not accepted. The shortstop. So, Bichette.
Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. Oh, and it hits the base. So a man aboard now with one away. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Out to short. And Guerrero is set down. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Anthony Santander at the plate. There's a swing and a drive. And it looks like trouble. And they'll score first. It's 1-0.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. Next offering is fouled back. Swings and misses. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. The Jays push across a run on this double. Back in Arlington and towing the slab, Bowden Francis. What's the scouting report on him?
Well, he's been a real quality starter for his club. And coming into this one, what stands out for me is that right-handed hitters have really struggled batting below 200 on the year. It seems that they have a hard time picking up his release point and tracking the ball into the zone. So we'll see how right-handers do against him in this one.
Next, it'll be the Texas DH, Josh Smith. One down, base is empty. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Barger makes the grab for the second out. So now it's Corey Seager. Check
Strike
swing
two.
called strike. And that's strike 2.
1-2.
Smoked on the ground a second. Fires over to Guerrero. And Seager is top of the second. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Ground ball to the right
Foul
side. And that's just foul. And that's a strikeout looking. That's the first cutter we've seen today, and it was effective. And next for Toronto, Addison Barger. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a high fly ball in the air left field. Peterson on the move. He's got it. 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's the catcher, Tyler Heineman. Swing and a miss as he was late.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes. And
threw it by him. A swing and a miss at the fastball to end the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now it's Jake Burger to hit. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And that's strikeout number 100 on the year. And Jock Peterson stands in. 1 out, base is empty. In the air, left field, down the line. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. Inside. It's 2-2. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. And it's caught for the out. Here's Josh Young. That clips the zone. Now he's in a 1-2 hole. And they'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a line drive ripped out into right center. That's a base hit. So Marcus Semien now gets a chance with 2 gone. Now it's Marcus Semien.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike.
That one ripped. And foul as it bangs off the fence. In the air, left field. Barker in position. He's there. He's got it. And that'll do it. On to the 3rd inning. And now for the Jays, Ernie Clement. And he chases that one. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Here's Andres Jimenez. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
Out to short on the run, sends it over to first, and they get the out. No runs. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
2-2.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd. So next to hit for Texas, Jonah Heim. Swing and a ground ball, and it stays fair. Wyatt Langford stepping in for the Rangers. And that one goes straight to the backstop. Heim into scoring position on the wild pitch. And there goes the double play possibility. Just off the inside edge.
Well, the offense really struggled last night. I mean, it was awful. So I think picking up a run right here, that's going to get them going a little bit.
2 on, 1 out. Next up for Texas. Slings to first in time. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Up next for the Rangers, Corey Seager. 2 on, 2 outs. Good job to fight that one off. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient. That one is absolutely belted. Can't get to it as it drops into the corner. The run scores from second.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Bichette makes the catch, and that is the inning. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. And this is now a 2-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. The 1-1. And that one hammered. That's back there. And out of here. His 14th of the year. And it ties it up. It's 2-2. He absolutely feasts on right-handed pitching and devours that one for a homer.
And you can see that's what he expects of himself at bat after at bat. He's that confident.
Now this one's crushed down the line. Hooking. Foul ball. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. Top half of inning number 4. This one smoked on its way out of here. into the second deck it goes. Home run number 20 on the year, and they jump ahead in the fourth. It's 3-2. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth.
Stepping in, Dalton Varsho. The 1-1 is fouled off. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 1-2. Gets under and pops it up. Seager hauls it in for the out. And there's one down. Here's George Springer.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
In the air, out towards right center. Hauls it in for the out. 2 down. 2 down, base is empty. Here's the left fielder, Addison Barger. That one ripped right center field. That's back. That one is gone. A solo shot. Their third home run of the inning, and they add to their lead. It's 4-2. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat.
And the batter now, Tyler Heineman. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. Throws to first, and that is the inning. Back at Globe Life Field, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the fourth, Jock Peterson. Right through there for a strike.
1-2.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Varsho makes the grab, 1 away.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
1 down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Here is Marcus Semien. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. And we're back. All set for the start of the inning. Now the third baseman, Ernie Clement. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Here's a 1-2. Base hit, left center field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Well, the last 10 games or so have been.
So they turn to the veteran pitcher in this spot, Luke Jackson.
He's certainly been one of their better relief pitchers this season. The numbers are really solid, so they feel great about handing the ball over to him.
And now, Andres Jimenez. Fastball for a strike. And now it's 3-2. And down on strikes he goes. 1 away.
Well, that curveball had some pretty good break to it. As you can see, the hitter just locked up a little bit. Thought it was a great pitch to hit, but sometimes you're looking for something else, and you can't pull the trigger.
That's the ball.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
Yes.
Runner on the go. To the right side. Dives and he can't hang on. Still able to get it there in time. And now they have a base runner at second. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Right-handed reliever. This to center field. He dives, but he can't make the catch. Runner from second scores as they add on. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 3. Next is the DH, a switch hitter, Anthony Santander. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one is back. And it's out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 7-2. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the back in Arlington, bottom of the inning, and now the center fielder, Evan Carter. Fouls one off, 2-2. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. On the ground, right side, and it goes just foul. Got him swinging.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
And now it's 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Varsho should have this one. Hauls it in, and there's 2 away. So the Rangers batting order turns over. Wyatt Langford getting ready to hit. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Not in time. He's safe.
Boom, that's staying within his game right there. I mean, this speedster gets the infield single, and now he's on base to possibly do some damage. I love seeing what guys like this can do to disrupt the game once they get in a position to do so.
2 outs, runner at first. Next, it'll be the Texas DH, Josh Smith. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Seager stands in now. On the ground to the left. Fair ball. Coming home. 1 run across. Smith around third. And he's out. He's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Jacob Webb.
Well, walks have been a big issue for him this year, so I expect these hitters to be patient up there.
Carter under it. Hauls it in, and there's 1 away. Now the left fielder, Addison Barger. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're the top half of the 6th. Next offering is fouled back. Smoked into left, base hit. Man at first with 1 gone. Here's the Toronto catcher, Tyler Heineman. And it's fouled away. Swings and misses, struck him out.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. You know, when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Line drive, and that's a fair ball. And now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Now that second base.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. So up next for Toronto, Andres Jimenez. Ball to strike. The pitch. Out there to center. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. One run is in. Right past his coach, headed for the plate. And he's out.
Got him. That's an out.
Cut down, and that ends the inning. So they get one run on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left.
Now pitching for
Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound. Zach Jackson getting ready to make his season debut.
Oh, yeah.
Jake Berger now at the plate. Next offering
Oh, no.
misses down and away. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Boog, if I were him, I'd be nibbling around the plate as well. I mean, this guy is just capable of hitting pitches outside of the zone and driving them a long way.
Swinging a foul out of play. Berger gets his lead at first with nobody out. On the ground, could be 2. Now he launches a throw over his head. And they won't get him, and he goes first to third on the error. So runners at the corners, nobody out. Josh Young stepping in for the Rangers.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 out.
Swing and a line drive, base hit into left field. Runner from third comes across, and it's 8-4. Now the throw comes in, runner holds it third.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes.
Base hit, 1 run is in. Runner stops at third, and they're at the corners with nobody out. And now Evan Carter. Just missed.
Well, these Rangers really impressing me with the quality of their bats in this.
Double play ball to second. There's one on the first, but he beats it, and a run scores.
And no, they haven't broken through in a big way in the runs column, but with the way they're grinding out at bats, it definitely feels like there's potential for more coming.
1 and 2.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone. And now it's the Rangers' leadoff hitter, Wyatt Langford. That's to third. Clement tosses to first, and that will end the inning. So they get 3 runs on 2 base hits, an error, and a run. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Sean Armstrong.
And one thing on him, he's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
And now for the Jays, Bo Bichette. Next offering is fouled back.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
2-2. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Simeon hauls it in, and there's 1 away. Vladdy Jr. stepping to the dish now. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. That's out number 2. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Anthony Santander. He's already homered twice, the last one back in the 5th.
Just seems like he can't miss right now, seeing the baseball as well as anyone on the field. Now, I know the odds are against him, but who's going to bet against this guy right now?
2 down, nobody on, and 1-2.
1 and 2 is the count.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays. They lead at 8-6. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Nick Sandlin.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
In the air, right side of the infield. Guerrero settles underneath it. And there's 1 away.
Bill, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
One down, base is empty. In the air, foul off first. Guerrero drifts towards it. Brings it in. 2 up, 2 down.
Got the pitch that he wanted. Just a little bit quick. Front shoulder open. Backside collapsed a little bit, and the launching.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. And that one is out of here. It's his 8th home run of the year. It's 8-7.
Just relentless. This team will not quit.
Here's Jack Peterson. Trying to hold a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And the inning is over. The Rangers edge closer on this solo homer. And this is now an 8. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Hobie Milner.
He's having a ton of success facing left-handed hitters this season, so this seems like a smart move to turn to him with a lefty at the plate.
Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days, but when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
And now 1 and 2. Some activity in the bullpen for Texas. Robert Garcia, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. And that one in the air, center field. Carter sizing this one up. And there are 2 down. Two outs, base is empty. And next for Toronto, Addison Barger. Popped up on the left side of the infield. Young. And makes the grab. And that'll do it. Blue Jays go down in order. They still lead it, though, 8-7. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Jimmy Garcia.
Big swing and miss stuff right here, Boog. Averaging more than 1 strikeout per inning this season. So far, he's been pretty electric.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Hit hard, should be extra bases. Safe at second with nobody out, and he represents the tying run.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Guerrero takes it himself. 1 gone to the bottom of the 8th.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Big strikeout right there, and that kind of takes the pressure off the defense a bit. Infield was in, so now they can move back, give themselves more time on a grounder to make a play.
Well, he's under it to make the catch in center. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Robert Garcia.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Moving in the bullpen, Cole Winn, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th. So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. Back to the top of the order, Andres Jimenez. Next up for the Blue Jays. Step off throw to first. Dives back out.
And there's a lefty on the mound. You've got to make sure you've got more of a one-way lead. Even leaning back to the bag when mix up his leg unless you're thinking you're going first move. Not sure what he was doing right there over at first.
Swing and a miss.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the ninth, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And good work there as he gets. So remaining in the game defensively, Davis Schneider. He entered the game to pinch hit and now man second base. Wyatt Langford stepping in for the Rangers. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
No, there's a small sigh of relief right there. I mean, just to keep that speed off the base paths. It's not just the pitcher. It's other guys that have to think about it. From your infielders have to think about that runner potentially stealing, but also be in position to make a play.
Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, it's kind of tough right here. Closer comes in, and he strikes out the first 2 hitters. It's hard not to feel defeated and that this is going to go quickly. But you got to go up there, maybe try to find a way to choke up on the bat, spread out. Put the
swing and a miss, and that's the ball game.
This was a huge win to take this series on the road before heading back home. You go home feeling good about yourselves. You've got some good momentum.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The show brings you game 1 of a big 4-game set. It's the Athletics and the Toronto Blue Jays. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about ready to roll here. And today's starter, Kevin Gausman. And Singy, he likes pitching at home.
Well, truly for him, there is no place like home. He's been so dominant here. And as a teammate, you expect him when pitching at home this year to go out and dominate just as he has. The fans expect it. And I think everyone around here knows that he's a good pitcher. Even though we don't see the same splits on the road, we're going to start to see that translate as well.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first 2 hitters of this ball game.
Got him. Strikes out the side to begin the game. Back here at Rogers Center, and towing the slab in this one, Jeffrey Springs.
Well, coming into this game, hitters are batting under 250 against this starting pitcher. So it just shows you how effective he's been. He's been able to move his pitches around, add and subtract, change up the look so that hitters don't get too comfortable and start squaring up the baseball. We'll see what he's got in this one.
And it finds its way through for a hit. So a man on base to start the inning. Bo Bichette up to the dish. Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. And that extends his lead for the most stolen bases in baseball. The 1-2. Into left center for a base hit. Headed for the plate. He'll score, and it's an RBI single, and it's 1-0.
Well, that was a great job of letting that runner steal second base, get into scoring position, come through with the base knock. You add a run.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a hard hit liner up the middle and a base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Bichette around third and headed home. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they take a 2-run lead. First and second, no outs. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. In the air, left field, down the line, and that will drop foul. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And an excellent job keeping it right there. So up next, Addison Barger. And that is out of play.
Well, lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit.
First inning and already up to 23 pitches. And that one gets past the catcher. And the runners will move up. Now the catcher up to hit, Alejandro Kirk. And here it comes. Swings through that one for strike 2.
1 ball.
Guerrero, the runner at third. Santander at second with 2 gone. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. 1 run across, rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score. 2 runs are in, and it's a 2-run single, and it's 4-0. So digging in, Ernie Clement. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. So impressive that he didn't get tied up or jammed on that pitch inside. Instead, good quick hands allowed him to get the barrel to it, just shoot it up the middle of the field for that knock.
Soderstrom on the move, and the inning is over. So 9 batters come to the plate. Back now in Toronto. Second inning set to go. This is J.J. Bleday.
He's already pitching with a 4-0 lead, so we should see him be aggressive. Fill up the strike zone. Don't issue free passes.
And it remains 2-2.
Boog, here's a guy at the plate. I'm expecting to have a good game. He always seemed to play better in road games.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row. Just cruising along. Gio Urshela steps
2
in.
balls, 1 strike.
1 out, bases empty.
3 balls,
Not even
1
close
strike.
there. And that's ball 3. Draws the walk there. And that's their first base runner of the game.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Next up for the A's, Kyle McCann.
1 ball, 2
1 and
strikes.
2 here. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. So here's Brown at the plate. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And that should be extra bases. Here comes Urshela around third. The relay throw. Tag. Safe at home. It's 4-1. Here's Miguel Andujar. In the air, right field. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double. A run comes in on the play.
He puts a great swing on that pitch and drives home the run, and that was always going to be a double, but the bounce over the wall just took the guesswork out of it right away. It was a nice swing.
And that one is downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Andujar at second with 2 down. Swing and a miss, and that is that. They put 2 on the board with a couple of hits, no errors. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom half of inning number 2. Digging in, Andres Jimenez. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Slings it across and quickly one away in the second. Bo Bichette, the next to hit. Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. That K is his 3rd of the game. And now, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
The strong second inning is a confidence builder for him, a relief for his manager. Doesn't have to get into that bullpen quite as early.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. So no runs, no hits. And we're back. Top half of the 3rd inning. Now, Max Schumann. The 1-2. Got him looking. And he's up to 7 strikeouts. Here's the shortstop at the play, Jacob Wilson. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. That one the other way. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. And now the right fielder, Brent Rooker. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, Boog, it becomes pretty difficult as a teammate when a guy's struggling like this. You don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it or if you want to give him his space, what exactly he needs. But right now, it's clearly a struggle for him, and you're just hoping that somehow, some way it'll click, and he can get out of this as quickly as possible.
It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. And that is that. Back here at the ballpark, coming off a series where they were red hot at the plate, and a look at the numbers. Up the middle, and that chance handled. Jumps, throws, and he gets him. Nicely done. Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Fights it off. He'll see another.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
On the ground. It's through for a hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away. And now for the Jays, Addison Barger. Snap throw to first. Varsho back in on a dive. That one drilled left field. And a base hit. Throw into third. In there safely.
Back-to-back singles. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle. Allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer. And he hit the ball on the screws.
Now it's going to be Alejandro Kirk. Ground ball left side, could be 2. There's 1, and that's 2. Gausman ready to fire now. McCann fouls one off. Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout.
Well, you always want those pitches back as a hitter. It caught a lot of the zone and definitely not the intended location, but those splitters can dance around and miss a barrel even when they're not perfectly executed.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Fouls it off, still 1-2. High fly ball, right field. 2 away now.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Dives. What a play. Bottom four. Here's the third baseman, Ernie Clement. To third. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still fires to first. And they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay. Now it's the right fielder, Nathan Lucas. Yeah, that's fouled off. And a swing and a miss. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. So the lineup flips over. Here's Andres Jimenez. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
1 ball.
2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Next one misses. 2-2.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact. So not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind him.
Cut out and miss. Struck him out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays as they can't add to their 4-2 lead. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Fouls one off out of play. Back to our left. Swing and a miss. Struck him out in a heater. So the batting order turns over. Max Schumann up next for the A's. Late swing, fouled off. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Handles, throws to first, and the first 2 set down in the top of the 5th. And the batter will be the shortstop, Jacob Wilson. Ground ball up the middle, and it's through for a hit. And that extends the inning. Stepping in, the long ball threat, Brent Rooker. Fouled off left side. Caught him looking for the K. The A's back now to start the bottom of the 5th, and taking over on the mound, Noah Murdock.
Well, they didn't get much length out of their starter in this one, so they've got a lot of outs to eat up in that bullpen. I think they'll look for some length out of him right here if they can get it.
Headed towards the corner, and it stays fair. So a man at first. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will hit next. Ground ball left side, could be 2. Wilson over to second, back to first, and that is a double play.
Oh man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Anthony Santander at the plate. The 1-1 is fouled off. 2 outs, base is empty. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a nice inning of work there. Back here at Rogers Center. Top of the 6th inning. And now the center fielder, J.J. Bleday.
Well, just about to hit that century mark. 100 pitches for this game.
Got him. Now a dozen strikeouts for him in this one. Gio Urshela to the plate. Outside ball 4.
It feels to me like his time on the mound is running short, starting to show some signs of fatigue. So we'll see how much longer they let him go.
And ball 4, 2 aboard. With the go-ahead run at the plate, and we're the top half of the 6th. And that'll load the bases.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass. Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Hit in the air out to center field. Drops into the glove. Runner tags from third. The throw is offline, and he's in to score. It's 4-3. And now the first baseman, Tyler Soderstrom. In the air on the infield. And that's the third out. So they pick up a run. Bottom of the sixth at the plate, Dalton Varsho. Ball to strike. Schumann throws to first in time, and that's one out as they get the leadoff hitter in the sixth. Here's the left fielder, Addison Barger. One down, base is empty. Swing and a ball hammered left field. That's back there. Gone! His fourth home run of the season. It's 5-3. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now.
One out, base is empty. Alejandro Kirk getting ready to hit. One out, base is empty, and a run in here in the bottom of the sixth. On the ground to third, Urshela. Zips it across. Now 2 out.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
2 down, base is empty. And next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
3-2.
And that's ball 4. Tried another slider, but it missed the plate. So up next for Toronto, Nathan Lucas.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
A sliding stop, and that's a great play for the out. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Chad Green. He's pitching on 2 days rest. That missed by a lot. Ball 3. And there's ball 4. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Now here is Jacob Wilson. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Popped up to the left, into foul ground. And out number 1 on the grab.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke.
Quick feed to second for 1. Relay to Guerrero in time, inning-ending double play. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. The 1-1. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Bo Bichette digs in now. Pickoff throw. Jimenez back on a dive. And a base hit up the middle. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out. And now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field, way back there. And it's gone! Home run number 15 on the year. And they tack on to their lead. It's 8-3.
Man, he looks like his dad out there hitting home runs.
TJ McFarland takes over on the mound.
Well, he's been hit pretty hard at times this season, as you see with the big ERA. So this is an important outing for him to get on the right track.
There's a swing and a drive. And that's going to bang against the wall. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. Not in time. He's safe.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Just missed out on a home run right there, but he certainly hit it hard enough. Just didn't have the right launch angle to carry it over the wall, but still an excellent swing of the bat.
And here is Dalton Varsho. Up the middle. And that squirts through. Santander around third. Throw is offline, and he scores. And it's now a 6-run lead. And next for Toronto, Addison Barger. The 2-1. Line drive, and this might be trouble. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Coming home. Now a relay to the plate. He beats it safe. And they're pulling away up by 7 now. So man aboard, Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. Man at second. And that one sliced foul. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Tosses to first and one away in the bottom of the 7th. Barger up to third on the wild pitch. Next to hit, Ernie Clement. And right back to the mound. In plenty of time to first, and they got him.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
So up next for Toronto, Nathan Lucas. So now 2 on and 2 outs. Manager out of the dugout. So a new pitcher on the mound for the A's, Jose Leclerc.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Pinch hitter coming on, Will Wagner. 2-out opportunity for him with runners on the corners. Swing and a ground ball out to short. They get the force. Inning end. Staying in the game on defense, Will Wagner. He entered the game to pinch hit and now man second base. So now it's the 4-hole hitter, J.J. Bleday. That one misses. So a leadoff walk. Here's Gio Urshela. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. Dives and he can't hang on. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. Kyle McCann now at the plate. Breaking ball inside. And that's ball 2. Outside with a breaking ball. And that is in for a strike. 3-2 now.
Count full.
Stays alive. Out towards right center field. Varsho sizes this one up. He makes the grab. Runner tags at second. Relay throw to third. Throw pulls him off the bag and he's safe.
Now batting left fielder Seth Brown.
So they're at the corners now. Seth Brown up next for the A's. Two on, 1 out. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Grounded to third. Could be 2. To second for 1. Double play. And that'll do it for the inning. This one pretty well decided at this point. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Blue Jays 10 and the A's 3. It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
All right, Singy, when you played, how much of a fashionista were you? Would you come to the ballpark dressed to the nines?
No, I wouldn't. Even on the road trips, I was, pretty average. There were some guys that would dial it up, and there'd be some outfits where you're kind of double taking and saying, where in the world are you going? But overall, I'd say I kept it low key.
High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. Bleday raging back towards the wall. And that one is off the wall. And he's got a double, his 4th hit. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. Line drive, base hit. Bichette around third and headed home. He will score, and it's an RBI single, and it's an 8-run lead. Anthony Santander, the next to hit. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Some high cheese for strike 3. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. On the ground to first, and foul ball. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this. But, yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. He's got it, and that will end the inning. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Through 8 full, Jays 11 and the A's 3. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Angel Bastardo.
This guy's a strike thrower. He's done an excellent job of avoiding walks so far this season.
Got him swinging. He chased the changeup, and a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th. Tyler Soderstrom up next for the A's. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Squeezes it, and there's 2 away. The Athletics down to their last out. Now it's the second baseman, Max Schumann. They're down to their final strike. Bastardo is just 1 strike away. That's hard hit on the line. And foul ball. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is the ball game.
Well, great start to this 4-game series to get the first one at home, but these players know they've got some work to do because they could easily
From one Blue Jays way in Toronto, welcome to Rogers Center. It's Major League Baseball on a Friday night. It's the Athletics and the Toronto Blue Jays. Man, Singy, he was on a whole different level in his last game. What an effort.
Yeah, Boog, he had that look in his eye from the jump. Really had the hitters guessing all day. So much confidence on the mound, and the stats back it up.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to go. Towing the slab in today's game, Jose Barrios. What do you have on him, Chris?
He's had his ups and downs in his career as his ERA is just over 4. But this is a guy that...
This one's fair down the line and left. And it's going to be extra bases. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Wilson getting ready to hit. In the dirt. No advance. 3 balls and a strike. Man at second. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but you know his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's going to have to buckle down right here.
That one back up the middle and it gets through. Schumann headed for the plate. He'll score, and it's an RBI single on the board. First, it's 1 zip. First and second, no outs. And now a chance for Shea Langoliers. Got him swinging.
Well, it can be so tough as a hitter to pull yourself out of an extended slump, one that lasts for several games, even a week or more. No, right now,
that ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 1-0. Back here with my pal Singy. And our pitcher in this game, J.P. Sears. Base runners are tough to come by with him out there, Chris.
Well, he's been a very dependable starter for his club, and what stands out for me is that left-handed hitters have really struggled batting below 200 against him, and it just tells me they have a hard time tracking the baseball. Maybe it's the release point, maybe it's the motion, but just some way, somehow, they've got to figure out a way to pick it up and try to have some success from the left side.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. This one in the air, right field. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 2 down. 2 outs. Bases is empty. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. And they'll do it again. Out, space is empty. Outside. Now 2-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. New inning getting started. Now at the plate, Gio Urshela. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, he's got great strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? I mean, double-digit strikeouts in his last start, and he's just racking them up again in this one. This guy can really dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. 2 down, base is empty. Here's Miguel Andujar. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Guerrero brings it in for the 3rd out. So they go. Bottom of the 2nd. Anthony Santander at the plate. Swing, and that's ripped towards right center. Rooker makes the catch, and there's one gone. And now it's Dalton Varsho.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
And a couple of quick outs. And now for the Jays, Addison Barger. The lefty ready, and a 1-1. Late on that fastball.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. All set for the start of the inning. And here's the first baseman, Tyler Soderstrom. Fouls it off, still 1-2. And a pitch. Gets a piece and stays alive. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. 1-2 now. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. And down on strikes. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. And a base hit right there.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night.
There goes the runner. That one fouled off, 2-2. Tommy Nance, ready or not, in the game now after the injury.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out of the slider, and there's 2 gone. Next to hit, Brent Rooker. Next offering is in for a strike. That to right. And George makes the grab, and that is that. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now here is Davis Schneider. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. Man aboard on the leadoff single. And here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Swing and a ground ball to second for 1. Plenty of time at first. That's a double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
And the batter is George Springer. That one almost got him.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
That one off the mark, and a full count now.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Right through there, got him. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. Down in order go the Blue Jays. They're down 1-0. Start of the 4th, and now the catcher comes up to hit. Shea Langoliers.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good, and then by the time he gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Schneider makes the grab, 1 down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
2 outs, base is empty. Now here's Gio Urshela. Swings through that one out in front that time. Next pitch, a slider that misses outside.
That's foul.
A's leading by a run. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Nothing doing there for the A's, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. Grounds one to short. Over to first. Great pick.
Good stretch there to make the play. It looks like someone added a little yoga to their daily routine, if you ask me.
And next for Toronto, Bo Bichette. On the ground to third, Urshela sends it across the first, and that quickly 2 away. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now.
First baseman, Vladimir
The 1-1
Guerrero Jr.
comes up empty. That's strike 2.
1-2.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 3 up, 3 down. Inning over.
Now pitching.
We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Eric Swanson.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And that one missing inside, a sharp slider. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's a really good job setting him up right there. Pitcher and catcher working together to finish him off with the fastball. And even though the location probably wasn't what he wanted, the sequence is what got the job done. Clearly late with the swing after seeing the off-speed stuff on the pitch before.
1 out, bases empty. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And he strikes out the side. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now here's the switch hitting power threat, Anthony Santander. Now it's belted. Deep to left. Way out of here. Home run. He'll touch them all. His 22nd homer of the year. It's 1-1. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth.
Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Around first and hustling for second. And that's a 2-bagger.
Showed some really nice patience in that at-bat. Worked himself into a good count. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Oh, this ball's down, and that could bring in a run. In comes the run from second. It's an RBI single and a 2-1 ball game now. Now the left fielder, Davis Schneider. Swings through that.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
Rooker pulls it down, and there's 2 gone. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch. Springer swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Make it 7 strikeouts. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Angel Bastardo.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of them right here to get some critical outs.
No outs. Runner at first. Jacob Wilson up next for the A's. Line drive, base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat.
Now this one gets through. And they're happy to play station to station right here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Shea Langoliers up next for the A's. Fouled off down the right side.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this.
In the air, right side. Springer sizing this one up, brings it in. Runner tags it second to third now, but he's able to get back in, so just one out of the play. This is J.J. Bleday.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Springer there makes the catch. Here comes the runner from third. The throw's offline. He's safe. It's 2-2.
Well, that can be a tough one with the bases loaded. You can try to do too much, but there he didn't. He stayed within himself. He got that run in with the sac fly. Would have been nice if the runner's behind.
Well, he settles under it in left, and well, we go bottom six. Now the batter now, Andres Jimenez. That one ripped, and no one can get there. Makes the turn and heads for second. In safely with a leadoff double. Go-ahead runs in scoring position.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Just a great approach.
Runner takes off for third. Strike in there. Throw to third. Save. That wasn't close. And that's another stolen base for the league leader. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Huge strikeout there. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. In to score from third. And it's an RBI single. 3-2. They take the lead. And here comes Mark. So a new pitcher on the mound for the A's, T.J. McFarland.
And he's had his struggles so far this year, as you can see the inflated ERA. Looking to bring that down a little bit right here.
To second, and he pulls the shortstop off the bag. First and second, one out. So up next for Toronto, Dalton Varsho. To short, could be two. Off balance feed, there's one. To first, not in time. Great effort there. Now the third baseman, Addison Barger. Traffic on the bases with one already in here in the bottom of the sixth. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball instead of just weak contact and balls on the
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that'll do it. So one run in the inning on this base hit. It's now a 3. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Nick Sandlin.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Now the A's designated hitter, Miguel Andujar. And it's even up. Holding on to a one-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. Lifted in the air, right center field. Springer on the move. Makes the catch for the out. And there's 2 down. So up next, Tyler Soderstrom. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Corrals it, and that'll do it. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Michel Otañez.
Well, he's a big-time strikeout guy out there. This season, averaging more than 1 per inning.
Well, 1-run game, and now for the Jays, Davis Schneider. Line drive, base hit right field. And the leadoff man aboard. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Action in the pen down there. Tyler Ferguson appears to be getting loose. Leclerc getting loose as well. And a swing and a miss. And that's the first out.
Just indecisive in that at bat. He couldn't commit to the slider. Tried to sit in between. Just not able to put the bat on the ball.
Swings and misses. And the runner stays where he is. Here's Andres Jimenez. Up the middle, Wilson. They take the force out, third out. No runs. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the eighth. Jimmy Garcia.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Looking to get the tying run on base. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. And a swing and a miss. They didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Jacob Wilson will hit next. Fastball for a strike.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm.
And a swing and a miss. And there's two away. Brent Rooker now at the plate. Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. So the tying run reaches with two away. Making a move at first. On the run for the A's. Yuri Ruiz. And next will be the cleanup hitter. Shea Langoliers. Fights that one away. Still 1-2.
Big situation right here. You got some speed over there at first base. He represents the tying run. Question is, do you send him and get him in the scoring position, or do you let that batter swing and maybe put you ahead? If it were an average catcher behind the plate, I'd say take second base, but this isn't a catcher you want to run on. His quick release is unreal.
Good battle here. About to be the eighth pitch of the at-bat. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Two outs. And there's a ball.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
That's foul.
So the tying run in scoring position now. Here's the center fielder, J.J. Bleday. Big spot. 2 out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard.
The healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98.
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. Now into the game, Yuri Ruiz. He takes over in right. And now Bo Bichette. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
This one high in the air to left center. He's got it, and there's one down.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
So now the DH spot, Anthony Santander. Grounder might be 2. Schumann to second, and that's 2. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Jeff Hoffman.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Pitch misses there. The count now 2-2. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. Now one gone in the ninth.
That's why you hug the lines on the corners late in the ball game like this. Positioned perfectly.
Next up for the A's, Seth Brown. Swings and misses, struck him out. And they're down to their last out. And next is the designated hitter, Miguel Andujar. This could end it. Got him! And that's the ball game.
After 4 wins in a row, you start to think a little bit that you're on a roll, and that's the momentum that just takes on a life of its own. Players start hitting up and down the lineup.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Saturday baseball on the show. It's the Athletics and the Toronto Blue Jays. Well, Singy, all eyes are on this team's elite starting rotation. They're stringing together some quality outings.
Yeah.
First pitch coming your way next. All right, just about set to go. And today's starter, Max Scherzer. And as usual with him, Singy, I think we can expect plenty of strikeouts. Oh, wow, what a stop. Takes it himself, and he got him. Nicely done at first for the out. Jacob Wilson up next for the A's. 1 out, bases empty. Way out front for strike 2.
1 and 2 is the count.
And now
Ball,
2 and 2.
Outside.
That one
Ball.
just misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Ground ball left side, and it finds its way through for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Brent Rooker up next for the A's. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Man at first, 1 away. Had him way out front of the slurve.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And
now that's strike 3 and the 3rd out. So we take back now in Toronto. And pitching here today, Joey Estes. And Chris, pitching on the road has not been particularly kind to him.
Yeah, and you don't want to be too quick to say that he can't pitch on the road. Sometimes, you know, it's just a matter of luck. It's not having a feel. Difference between the bullpen mound to the mound out there on the playing field. Don't know what it is, but I know this. He's got good enough stuff to overcome and get it.
Runner on the go. The 1-1 is fouled off. Runner on the go again. There's a ball. Safe at second, and that was not close. And the league leader in stolen bases does it again. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Got him. One gone here.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Anthony Santander at the plate, and that one finds its way through. Coming around third is Jimenez. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and it's 1-0. Now here is Dalton Varsho. This one in the air, center field. Bleday under it. Nabs it, and that's the inning. And we're back. And now the center fielder, J.J. Bleday. Not close with that one. 3-1. That one misses, so a leadoff walk. Gio Urshela steps in. And a foul ball.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
Mad Max notches the K.
It's a good breaking ball there, just off the corner where you can't really do much damage, but it's close enough to where you've got to protect, and he just couldn't find a way to fight it off.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, there he gets the slider in on his hands, and it just eats him up. You know, it's hard to get the bat around on a pitch like that in tight. You just feel like you're crowded on the inside part of the plate. Can't get any extension.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Back here at Rogers Center, we head to the bottom of the second. Here's the left fielder, Davis Schneider. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. One down, base is empty. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. That one gets down for a hit. Here's the third baseman, Ernie Clement. And that one is lifted in the air. Rooker makes the grab on the run.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
And a swing and a miss, and that's that. One left for Toronto, but they still lead it 1-0. Top half of the third inning, and now the first baseman, Tyler Soderstrom. Making 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along. Back to the top of the lineup, Max Schumann up next for the A's. On the corner for a strike. 1-2.
And this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Another another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts.
Well, right now he's in cruise control, autopilot, just dominating these hitters. I mean, it doesn't look like it's a fun at bat. And all of a sudden, you become in awe of this guy on the mound. Somebody's got to break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Got to put a ball in play.
Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. Jimenez throw to first. The A's go. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Hard hit left side. Zips it to first. One gone, bottom of the 3rd inning. Bo Bichette up to the dish. And he chases a high fastball there.
1-2.
Hit on the ground to the right side, but it kicks foul. And he chases that one. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. Hit on the ground to short. Wilson whips it to first. And Guerrero is set down. Back now in Toronto as we go to the top of the 4th. Here's a big power threat. Brent Rooker. The 1-1 is fouled off. Scherzer gets the punch out. That's his 8th strikeout of the game. Shea Langoliers up next for the A's. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Base is empty, 1 away. Top half of inning number 4. Got him. That's his 9th strikeout so far.
No, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Scherzer deals. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Chambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Anthony Santander. And a swing and a miss.
1-2 is the count.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And next for Toronto, Dalton Varsho. Hit weakly on the ground. Gets it to first. Already 2 gone here in the home 4th. 2 down, base is empty. Davis Schneider next up for the Blue Jays. That one out to right. And that is that. So here's Scherzer. See ya! Strikes him out for the 2nd time today. So here's Brown at the plate. And a 2-1 on the way. And that one inside, and it hit him. Here's Miguel Andujar.
No, I like his intent there to be aggressive with the slider and make sure he got it inside, but he just yanked it across his body. A little too much horizontal rotation with the upper body instead of north-south.
Clement tags the runner for 1. Double play. What a clean killing. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Rooker gets under it. Brings it in. And there's 1 down. Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. Late with the swing there.
1-2.
Way inside, and that hit him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting them with a pitch. Here's George Springer. Line drive, caught.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
2 outs. In the air, left field, down the line, and that's a foul ball. Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. And that ends the inning. All set for the top of the 6th. Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's, Max Schumann. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Now this pitching staff has been merciless against him in this one. I mean, he struck out 6 times in this series, and we've seen no adjustment out of him so far.
Jacob Wilson up next for the A's. Wilson hitting better against right-handers this year, so some reverse splits there. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Outside low, and now it's 3-2. Outside, and that is ball 4.
Pitch count's getting up there now, and not saying that's the reason for this walk, but this is the point in the game when every sign of wavering starts to get everyone's attention.
Off the plate, and the count's even at 2. On the ground to second, might be 2. The throw to second is offline. Two on, 1 out. And now here's the A's catcher, Shea Langoliers. And a count 1-2. 2 on, 1 out. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 1-2 now. Got him swinging.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Booth, get back on track. His team needs him.
Tying run in scoring position, and we're at the top half of the 6th. And a foul ball, he stays alive. He fouls it off. We'll do it again. And the right-hander deals. Lifted in the air down the left side, and it falls. Tying run is in to score from second. It's an RBI single. It's 1-1.
Oh, that's a lonely feeling for an outfielder. The read wasn't great, and it really hurts when it costs your team a run.
Rooker over at second. Lede on at first with 2 down.
3-1.
That misses the zone. 3-1 now. And they're all loaded up.
Gosh, another walk in this one. Man, he is having some real issues with control.
Seth Brown up next for the A's. Bases loaded, 2 down. That's down and in.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Bottom of the 6th inning. Now it's the shortstop, Bo Bichette. And a swing and a miss there.
This game has been so tight. Feels like the next team to score will win it.
In the air, right field. And it gets into the seats.
You can see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat. So digging in, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
And here is Anthony Santander.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Chases that one out of the zone, and he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one. Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
1-2 is the count.
And a swing and a miss at the slider in the dirt. And it's in time for the 3rd out, so that'll end the inning. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Zach Jackson.
Well, I got to think he probably has a little extra in the tank facing his former team, and there's not a player in the league that doesn't get a little extra motivation when he plays against his old squad. You know, these A's looking to string together better at bats when they have runners on, but it just hasn't happened for him yet. Runners left on base really comes down to timing. Can you put together your best at bats in the most important moments? That's a difference maker. They've stranded a lot of runners on base in this game.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater. And the batter now, Tyler Soderstrom. And that one missing inside a sharp slider. Stays alive. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup. Here's the second baseman, Max Schumann. Here's a high chopper. And that's just foul. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side of the... We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jose Leclerc. He comes on for the 35th time this year. And now for the Jays, Davis Schneider. That's to third. Urshela whips it across, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th. Alejandro Kirk, the next to hit. 1 down, base is empty. And he swings through that one. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Dylan Floro getting loose out there. Ferguson getting cranked up as well. And Captain Kirk goes down on strikes.
I'm not saying it wasn't a strike or, you know, it was a ball, whatever, but just the location with that velocity. It's hard enough to, even if the velocity's not great, but that velocity, that location, tip your cap.
Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. And we're back. And now it's going to be Jacob Wilson. 1-2.
2-2.
In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Varsho under it. And there's one away. Next up for the A's, Brent Rooker. Here comes the manager out of the... Chad Green ready to go. A's looking to put the go-ahead run on base. That one outside, and it's 2-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Slider got him for strike 3. And now here's the A's catcher, Shea Langoliers. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. High fly ball out to left field. Schneider settles underneath it, makes the catch, and that'll do it. On the mound now, Tyler Ferguson, on for the 30th time this year. Here's George Springer to start it off. On the ground to third. Boots it. Gets off a throw. The throw comes in too late, and the defense comes away with nothing. Back to the top of the order. So now a pinch hitter, Will Wagner.
Oh, great spot. He's looking to come through with that go-ahead run on base.
Gets the bunt down the right side. Oh, a great flip. On the money. Nice play.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. The job was to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score the go-ahead run. That's exactly what happened. So you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
And a count 1-2. One out. The go-ahead run is at second. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. Man on second, 2 down. So Vladdy Jr. strikes out. So remaining in the game defensively, Will Wagner. He entered the game to pinch hit and now man second base. This is J.J. Bleday. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. Off to a good start with a leadoff nod.
That's back-to-back singles for him. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Gio Urshela to the plate. And that wasn't even close. Ball 4. And with 2 outs, the go-ahead run is at second base.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
Nance sets, fires. Fights that one away. Still 1-2.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
2-2.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
You know, the danger with the slider is leaving it out over the heart of the plate and getting contact on it. If you're going to miss, you want to miss towards the corners, not in the middle. Right there, he does a great job with hard.
He swings and hits a fly ball, center field. And it drops in. And they hold the runner at third, but the bases are loaded now with 1 out. Next up for the A's, Tyler Soderstrom.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Fouls it off, still 1-2.
5 foul balls in a row. I have no idea what that feels like, but you got to love this battle. Just wondering who's going to blink first.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at
on the ground. To second, there's Bichette. They miss a big chance. Now into the ball game on defense, Yuri Ruiz. He'll be patrolling center field. Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, Anthony Santander. This guy's got good power. With one swing, he can win it for him. The Athletics have some bullpen action. Dylan Floro up and loosening in the pen. Miller, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. And that one fouled off. Got him! Looks like he's picked up right where he left off. Digging in, Dalton Varsho. So now 1-2.
1-2 is the count.
Inside, almost got him. Back foot 2-foot slider ties him up, struck him out.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider right there, and I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in, kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to whereas you can't get your hands through and the barrel to it, and not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. That's the 3rd out. And staying in the game on defense, Addison Barger. He'll be the go-ahead run on base. Wilson digs in now. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch
2
was.
balls, 2 strikes.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And they get the leadoff man in the 10th. So up next, Brent Rooker. Man at second. Ball 4, he walked in. And that'll keep the line moving. And here's the catcher, Shea Langoliers.
I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
Hit on the ground might be 2. Bichette toss to second. Relay to Guerrero in time, inning-ending double play. Back here in extras and a new pitcher. And now Alejandro Kirk. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Makes the grab. Runner tags at second. And he makes it up to 3rd with 1 away. So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. The 1-1.
2-1.
Pitch out, but no action. In the air out to center. Nice grab on the run. Runner tags from 3rd. Across is the winning run, and the Blue Jays walk it off in extra innings.
These can be tough at bats when you know you've got to get the ball in the air. At worst case scenario, that pitcher is going to try to tie you up, throw you up and in, but he did a good job pulling the hands through. Extension to put that ball deep enough out into the outfield to score that run and win this game.
And your final score here today, 2-1. A 1-run extra. From inside Rogers Center in downtown Toronto, we're going to be treated to a gorgeous day for baseball on the show. It's the Athletics and the Toronto Blue Jays. Today, all eyes are on the mound as we've got a pitcher who's been absolutely on fire lately. In fact, in his recent outings, he's been nearly untouchable, Singy.
Oh, you're not kidding, Boog. Opponents have...
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about to get started. And on the hill, the big righty, Chris Bassett. And Singy, that may be his name, but the strikeout is his game.
Well, Boog, I can tell you've been working on that one, but yes, you are right. This guy's strikeout per 9, over 11. I mean, that's just getting it done. There are a lot of strikeouts in that other lineup, and when you look at what he's able to do, man, it's going to be a fun one to watch today.
Tapped softly on the ground, and it goes just foul. Bassett was recently named Pitcher of the Month for some outstanding work on the mound. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. 2 outs, base is empty. Stepping in, Brent Rooker. That one missed.
No question that he earned that Pitcher of the Month award, Boog. He was just dominant. String together enough of those, and you can expect some other hardware on the mantle.
And it remains 2-2. 2 outs. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Dives. What a play.
We take another look at that great catch. On this turf field, you really have to be sure because there is no forgiveness. He sacrificed.
Back here with my pal Singy. And today's starting pitcher, Osvaldo Bido. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
Next pitch is outside. 1 out, base is empty. Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout.
Toughest pitch to hit, fastball on the outer black. Man, sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. The 1-1 is fouled off. Left field, way back there. And it's into the bullpen for a homer. And just like that, they're out front. It's 1-0. He absolutely feasts on right-handed pitching and devours that one for a homer.
And you can see that's what he expects of himself at bat after at bat. He's that confident.
And there's a ball. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball. Toronto picks up 1 on this homer. It's an early 1-0 lead. Second inning set to go. Here's the catcher, Shea Langoliers. That one not close. And the count is 3-1. Outside and low, it's ball 4. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game. This is J.J. Bleday. Swing and a drive, deep right field. That one back. And caught on the warning track.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Angel Bastardo is forced to the mound after the injury.
And he's been racking up strikeouts at a high rate this year. typically at least one an inning, so he'll be tough to get to.
Into center. Santander racing after it. Tracks it down for the out. Out number 2.
They trust him in center field because he's capable of making plays on the run, and we saw it right there. That's a player you want patrolling center field. Someone who can attack the ball off the bat.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air left field. Pretty well struck. And makes the grab. And that is that. Back here at Rogers Center. Bottom half of inning number 2. Now it's the DH, Dalton Varsho. Bounced, and that got the pitcher. Safe at first, and now we'll check on the right-hander. Hope he's all right. Now the left fielder, Davis Schneider. One now. Runner takes off. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Tag, and they got him.
Well, I think that was a hit and run right there. When you look at how far that pitch was out of the zone and the hitter still trying to put wood on it, put it in play, that tells you that they had something going. But unfortunately, it was a good job of execution by the pitcher and the catcher to get that out of the zone and then throw out the runner at second base. Really nice job behind the dish.
Now a chance for Ernie Clement. Lede on the move to the gap and puts the squeeze on that one. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been struggling. Fought off foul. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. On to first. One up, one down.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there. Just rolled over it. Got the ground ball.
Here's Miguel Andujar. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Got him swinging. 2 gone now. So the lineup flips over at the plate. Max Schumann. The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Santander settles under it. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Toronto, right fielder, George Springer.
Now it's going to be Tyler Heineman. Popped up. Wilson makes the play, and there's one down. Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. And next for Toronto, Andres Jimenez. And Springer's in there safely. Man at first, one away. In the air, left field, down the line, and it stays fair. The throw to third, save. And now second and third with one gone.
Just a bloop hit behind third right there, and that's a really tough play for a third baseman or shortstop to get to, and the same for the left fielder. So he just found a perfect place to drop that one in right there.
Swing and a miss, chased it out of the zone. Base hit, one run is in. Now a long throw home. It's off the mark and he scores.
In there.
Nicely done. Brings home 2. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Swings and misses. And the count is 1-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
They get the force. Third out. Back at the ballpark, and in this series, it has been lights out on the mound as we take a check of the numbers. Swing and a miss and a slider. Good job to fight that one off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, and one away. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Shea Langoliers. There's the swing and a miss.
1 and 2.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Next up for the A's, J.J. Bleday. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. 2 down, nobody on. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Back now in Toronto, ready to go, bottom 4. And now to the plate, here's the Toronto DH, Dalton Varsho. Center field, Bleday. Puts it away for the out. 1 down. Here's the left fielder, Davis Schneider. 1 down, base is empty. That one is absolutely belted. Going back, and it hits the fence. Throws to second. And that's a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Punched that one down the line for extra bases, and that was an excellent job going with the pitch on the outside. Got his bat on plane and just drove it.
Now, Ernie Clement. And a swing and a miss. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. And the batter is George Springer. Schneider on at second with 2 down. Swing and a miss, and he got him. So he picks up his 6th. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's Gio Urshela. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. And here's the first baseman, Kyle McCann. And that one popped to short. Bichette. 2 away.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
2 outs. Ground ball right side. Fires over to Guerrero. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Dylan Floro gets the ball now.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Swing and a ball popped up. Puts it away for the out. Here's Andres Jimenez. Floro delivers. Short hop liner, handled it short. Home man for the 5th inning, moving along, 2 quick outs. Bo Bichette up to the dish. Foul ball there. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nothing doing. And we're back. Start of the 6th. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Miguel Andujar. And that one popped in the air, left field. And it's caught for the out. Max Schumann up next for the A's. High fly ball out to center field. Santander hauls it in, 2 away. 2 down, base is empty. Jacob Wilson up next for the A's. Swings through that one for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. And they have their first base runner since the third inning. Late on that fastball.
2 quick outs. Needed to get that third one. Wasn't it?
Now a blast to left center. Way back there. On its way. Out of here. Home run number 10 on the year. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 3-2. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back.
And now a chance. Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. And that one's gone. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And we're level. It's 3-3.
That's a game changer right there. A big-time swing, and we're all tied up. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2. 2 outs, base is empty. Towards first, Guerrero. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. We're tied now at 3 apiece. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here at Rogers Center, and now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. In the air, center field. Lede hauls it in, and there's one away. Anthony Santander at the plate. All tied up here in the bottom of the 6th. Santander working on a massive campaign right now, putting up some big home run numbers. Could be extra bases. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in. And he's into second base with one away as the go-ahead run.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Got him! 2 out.
Really tight bite on that slider and just couldn't get the barrel to it out front. You've got to try to pull those hands tight to the body to get it through. And I'm thinking he probably wanted that pitch to end up even more inside to keep it out of the danger zone. But it had enough late break and deception to get the job done.
Santander stands at second with 2 gone. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Chad Green.
Well, you see the ERA very solid, and that doesn't always tell you the whole story, but he's been really good so far this year.
Go ahead run on base. Kyle McCann up next for the A's. Schneider in and to his right. He's got it. One away. Next up for the A's, Seth Brown. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. That's out number 2. And now the DH, Miguel Andujar. Swing and a foul out of play. 2 gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. Swing and a miss, and that is that. The A's. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jose Leclerc.
Well, walks have certainly been an issue for him this season, so we'll see what kind of command he has.
Ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hit.
Runner on the go. That's in for a strike. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. And that'll get off into the seats.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
Way outside, and it gets away. On to first, in time to get him. One away in the strikeout. Clement up to third on the wild pitch. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. And here's the catcher, Tyler Heineman. Slides, but he can't come up with it. In comes the runner from third, and it's an RBI single, and they take the lead in the seventh. One down, runner at first. Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. And a swing and a miss. Heineman, the base runner at first with one out. Battling here as he fouls it away. And a swing and a miss. And there's two down.
Oh, there he gets the slider in on his hands, and it just eats him up. You know, it's hard to get the bat around on a pitch like that in tight. You just feel like you're crowded on the inside part of the plate. Can't get any extension. That's what he definitely should have laid off of.
Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K. But they pick up one run on the RBI single. It's now a fourth. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the eighth. Nick Sandlin. He last pitched 2 days ago. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Looking to get the tying run on base. To the right side. Jimenez throw to first. He didn't make things easy for him there, but they still get the out. Jacob Wilson up next for the A's. A little out front there as he swings through it. Trying to hold a one-run lead, and we're at the top of the eighth. In the air, left side. And that'll fall for a base hit.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder than it needed to be thanks to the bad jump. Those small moments can be costly.
Runner takes off, squirts away a little bit. Blocked by the catcher, and he steals second base without a throw. And the tying run is now in scoring position. On the ground to the left, and it's just foul. That was close. Strike three, got him swinging. Two away.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
Drops into the glove, and that's the third out. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the eighth, Tyler Ferguson.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Liner, and this could be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
The pitch. That one almost got him. Guerrero leads off second with nobody out. And now it's even up. The A's bullpen has some movement. Michel Otonez, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. McFarland also getting ready. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. And a foul ball. And a 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. One out and a runner at second. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts now, and they still haven't managed to do anything with the leadoff double.
Yeah, Boog, and you just don't want to get careless here. You've done a really good job to get 2 outs after that leadoff double, as you mentioned, and just got to execute your pitches, and it's a non-issue.
And a swing and a miss, and that's that. So a missed. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Jeff Hoffman.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
2-2.
Fights it off, he'll see another. Now he breaks as bad as it's put in play. He's got it, and there's 2 away. So they're down to their final out. Next up for the A's, Kyle McCann. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. 1 strike away. Ground ball, and this should do it. Throw to first, ball game. And the Blue Jays finish off a 4-game sweep. And the final score here, 4-3.